We're into day 4 of the Boardmasters Open 2024 at North Fistral in Newquay, and we've got some great action ahead.
And we open up this morning with the Wild West Jerky Longboard Pro Women's Quarterfinals.
Ginger cross-stepping her way to the nose and hanging 10. Next, we have the Wild West Jerky Longboard Pro Men's Quarterfinals.
Adam Griffiths rolling back the years with a quick 10 and glancing cleanly off the inside section there. On we go to the BYD Pro Women's semi-finals, and two of the standout surfers coming up against each other.
And that's Noah Clapp through to the final with some really powerful surfing. And now it's the men's turn in the BYD Pro semi-finals.
Patrick Langdon cracks vertically off the top and finishes well. Through to the final. Absolutely stoked. It's an Englishman and a Welshman in the final tomorrow. Whatever happens, British surfing history will be made. As the tide drops back, it's time for the Boardmasters Junior Boys Open semi-finals.
And here's Elliot Barton wrapping back into the pocket on this one. Moving on to the Boardmaster Junior Girl Open semi-finals.
Callie Cruikshank cracks it off the top, leaves it late, but she's through to the final. And moving on to the Wild West Jerky Longboard Pro Women's semi-finals.
And now to finish the day, the Wild West Jerky Longboard Pro Men's semi-finals. And here's Ben Skinner with a 9.33 for an exceptional nose ride.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this finals day on day 5 of the Boardmasters. We have got some serious action coming your way, and one thing that is for sure, British surfing history will be made today with either Patrick Langdon Dark or Lucas Skinner winning the BYD Pro Men's Open. We're kicking off proceedings with the Wild West Jerky LQS Women's Final, moving into the Wild West Jerky LQS Men's Final, and then the BYD Pro Women's QS 1000 and the BYD Pro QS 1000 Men's Final. The stage is set, the sun is shining, the beach is packed, and the waves are pumping. I'm Rob Blythe, and my co-commentator for today, Tom Anderson. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Rob. I tell you what, something very special is guaranteed to happen at the back end of this broadcast if you are following British surfing, because the important stuff happened yesterday. It is a Welshman and an Englishman in the final. It will be the first time since Russell Winter that the Boardmasters has been won by a Brit.
And the first ever time that two Brits face off in the final together.
Absolutely. You can see on the screen there some of our competitors and their families. That's the competition area. Just up behind them, the athlete zone. In the water there now, you can see that's Ginger Kaimi, the youngster. and Ophélie Alquen. We're going to be counting this heat in just a couple of moments now. And we're going to count this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a 25-minute final. Alice Lemoine, the defending champion from France in the red, Ginger Caimi, the Italian from Milano, Zoe Gros-Piron and Ophélie Alquen filling the final out. Gros-Piron from Biarritz and Alquen, a compatriot of hers as well. And there's an early paddle there from Alice Lemoine in the red jersey. Lemoine yesterday absolutely ripping to get through to the final. Ginger Caimi, it's worth noting, is 12 years old. She is, or in fact, no, she's just turned 13 actually. And Caimi from Milano. So what a hot prospect she is as well. And she's made it all the way through to the final. She impressed here last year. And this year now, she is gone right the way through to this final. She's in the water in front of you. That's Lemoine in the red there. You can see Gros-Piron and Alquen close together. And it looks as though the first ride of the final is going to happen here. And it's going to be Caimi, the 13-year-old. And she's up, stylish, goofy foot. She goes to the backhand, slight overbalance, gets to the nose, it gets 10. The strong offshore wind, though, lifts her board out of, lifts the board drops down into the trough of that wave there. So Caimi comes a little bit unstuck. And behind her now, Zoe Gros-Piron is also taking off. Crowd is building on the beach. It's a sunny, warm British summer's day here with a lovely offshore wind, which does make these waves a little bit tricky. Gros-Piron with several trips to the nose and back already, and then a lovely smooth closeout roller coaster. And then behind that, in the green, up and right in, Ophélie Alquen out back. This wave may close out, or she might get round the section actually, and she comes off the white water, but has had to do so much work to get around the white water that to get a re-entry in there at the end is a step too far for her. As my colleague Rob Blythe just said, the pair of us, Rob Blythe and Tom Anderson, we're doing another WSL Compcast today. So the Compcast, it means that the commentary that you are hearing if you're watching the coverage at home is also the commentary that the beach are hearing. That is partly because here in Fistral Beach, there is a festival going on. And so even as early as 8:05 in the morning, the beach is absolutely filled up here today. The RNLI keeping busy patrolling the contest area. You saw them go the front if you watch through the front of your image there if you're watching from home. And you are abroad, let me tell you that stands for Royal National Lifeboat Institution. In fact, the RNLI has gone to tell a swimmer off for trying to swim out right next to the rocks. And the swimmer is telling the RNLI that they think they know what they're doing. It's an interesting little scene, classic of the British summertime.
Viewers
replay.
at home now, Tom, will be privy to a replay of first of white Zoe Gros-Piron. Some beautiful nose riding on display there, making her way to the nose and back again, riding out with control. A fantastic opening ride for white. And in real time now, we see the surfer in white making her way to the nose. And back she goes. She's found a little section on the inside, cross-stepping stylishly. The young Frenchwoman with a second wave under her belt already with just 4 minutes gone in this heat. Scores have begun to drop in. First of white, a 5.67. La première vague pour le surfeur en blanc et une 5.67. La première vague pour le surfeuse en blanc. Une 5.67. 5.67. First of green, 3.33. La première vague pour la surfeuse en vert et une 3.33.
Yeah, nice
And
job,
first
Robbo.
of blue, a 1.33.
There was a beautiful image just then of the beach marshal, Tim. Well, of course, he is a beautiful thing, but just beyond him, the waves looked so good in that image. It went across your screen about a minute ago. Scenes on the beach here, but will they become what sometimes is known in British sporting parlance as absolute scenes? I think they probably will later. It's an idiom used by British sports fans for when things have gone and become very exciting. You can see there now the surfer in red, Alice Lemoine, the defending champion. She's being very careful with her wave selection here. There's a nice looking set coming through. You can see those corduroy lines. Lemoine looks like she's viewed something. She's got priority. She can go on whichever wave she likes. And that wave is coming through to the south end of the contest area. Lemoine paddling towards it. You can see the other three competitors. They're all better placed, but Lemoine, they're at her mercy, and Lemoine doesn't want this wave, so Ginger Kaimi is going to go for the wave. It's come a little bit further through than it looked like it might do, and Kaimi gets to the nose. She gets back from the nose, and then the whitewater tries to overcome the board. I mean, that's a 13, with her 13-year-old frame, she's got to use the weight very wisely. Longboards are difficult things to turn, but it's no problem for Kaimi. What a talent she is, and what a talent she's going to be for world longboarding. Bit of applause from the beach. The Italian fans, we've got French fans. 3 French, 1 Italian. France versus Italy. And there's a little replay of a wave that happened for Ophelia Alquen. I think this is earlier, isn't it? Ophelia Alquen.
Spectators on the beach would have just seen the opening ride of surfer in red, Alice Lemoine, and we'll be bringing you that replay online very, very shortly. 18 minutes remaining in this heat, scores to drop for last of red. Viewers at home now seeing a replay of last of blue. Ginger Kaimi.
So this is what the judges are watching. They are using replays to make comparisons. So there's been a ride of Lemoine, and in order to judge it, the judges are looking at the last of Kaimi. So this came in at a 2.5. So that was why you saw the judges watching the wave of Gros Piron just before. So the judges watched the 5, they watched the 2.5, and now the judges are watching this. And they're asking themselves, how does this compare to the 2.5 and the 5 that just went across your screen? And we're about to learn the answer, but they might have to wait, because before they can punch anything into their terminals, there's going to be another wave for Ophelia Alquen here, and she redirects. And Lemoine, meanwhile, to the left of your vision, has done a long nose ride and finished it with a really stylish closeout. So Lemoine will immediately back up whatever that first score was. Now, this often happens in longboarding. Rob, it's pretty normal in longboarding, isn't it, for us to wait quite a long time sometimes for all the scores to come in?
That's right, Tom. We saw one of the heats yesterday. There were so many waves ridden in such quick succession that we had something of a logjam, a backlog of scores waiting to come in. And it's because the longboards allow these surfers to paddle with such ease that they make their way back into the lineup ever so quickly and catch waves with such ease as well. That there was a heat last year, I think I recall, that the last 10 minutes of the heat, there wasn't a moment where there wasn't a wave being ridden. Such was the regularity with which the surfers caught the waves. There are 16 minutes remaining. Scores begin to drop in for first of red. It will change the situation. Meanwhile, up and riding, viewers at home can see Zoe Gros-Piron on your screens, making her way to the nose for a hang 10. Beautiful surfing. Cross-stepping back and up into the lip she goes, hoping to hang on to a tricky section here. She does so. She'll see if this wave offers any more. It doesn't. Gros-Piron kicks out. Meanwhile, you can hear cheers because the young Italian Ginger Kaimi hanging 10 for a prolonged period of time, cross-stepping back, working her way to the inside now. A quick 5 into the foam she goes. Will this wave offer the young Italian an inside section? It will, as she changes direction, moves left now. The goofy foot on a small inside left-hander, seeing this wave all the way through from the outside. This will be a fantastic score as Kaimi steps off onto the sand. remarkable surfing out the back. Alice Lemoine, the surfer in red, cutting back now, stepping towards the nose, gets 5, hanging it, styling it out, jazz hands on display, and into the foam, begging the question of the judges, what more do you want to see? Up in green, it's Ophélie Alcouen, young French woman as well, onto the foam she goes, hoping to ride this one out. Fantastic surfing all around, remarkable stuff from all of our surfers. 14 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Situation update. First of red, 6.83. La première vague de la surfeuse en rouge est une 6.83. 6.83. Scores still to come in for white. Scores still to come in for red, green, and blue. We have been treated to a flurry of waves. You can see green and red in somewhat of a paddle battle, racing back into the lineup, seeking that second priority, because first priority currently lies with the surfer in white, Zoe Gros-Piron, who is also the heat leader, but that will change as scores begin to drop. Second of red, a 6.4. La deuxième vague de la surfeuse en rouge est une 6.40. 6.4. So red is now first. Alice Lemoine, red, you are first, looking to replace a lower score of 6.4. Surfer in white, Gros-Piron, you are second. White, you are second. You require a 7.56. Green, you are third. You require a 9.9. Blue, you are fourth. You need a 13.23 combination of scores, but there are scores still to come in. That last of blue, that fantastically surfed wave for the young Italian, is yet to be scored by the judges. They'll be pondering, considering, deliberating exactly how to reward it justly, because it was a fantastic wave. Scores begin to come in for the last of red. It's going to be an excellent score. And it's a 9-point ride. We're going to go over now to an interview with Tom Anderson.
I'm here with WSL Europe head honcho. This is the European Tour manager, Rob Gunning. Rob's been here all week watching the action. How's it looking for finals day at the moment, Rob?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. It's probably one of the best days I've seen here at Fistral Beach. We've got some fantastic conditions, and Paulie here with the contest directing, he was right on the money.
Yes, Paulie Jeffrey making the call to try and get as much run as possible so that we could get use of the high tide this morning. And Rob, it's a big one this year. Are you keeping your eyes on the All-British final as well?
Yeah, in the men's QS, we've got an All-British final, which hasn't happened before in all the history of the Boardmasters. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And can I also ask you while you're here, Rob, about the importance of Fistral Beach in the European surfing calendar?
Yeah, it's a real mainstay for our QS and longboard tour, so it's really good to be back. Really grateful of the organisation and Boardmasters for bringing us back each year. And it's like a solid event. So we know each year in August we're coming here to Fistral Beach.
And this is stop one of both the LQS and the European QS?
Yeah, we're starting the season, which is a split season, which ends next year in April at Easter for the QS and in June for the longboard. So these are the first two events of the season.
Fantastic. So the results of these finals today will determine the ratings lead going into the next stop. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you very much, Tom and Rob Gunning, for an insightful interview. I'll provide a scores update because we have had some big scores drop in. A beautifully surfed wave for Alice Lemoine, surfer in red and current heat leader. As you saw her race across the screen then. There are 11 minutes remaining in this heat. 11 minutes remaining in this heat. With scores still to come in, the situation is surfer in red, you are in first. Red, you are first. White, you are second. White, you require a combination of 15.83. Blue, you are third. You require a 9.4. Green, you are fourth. You require a combination of 15.83. Viewers at home now can see the last of red. Alice Lemoine, as she nose rides for such a long time on that small inside right. We have a paddle in the live action. We'll bring you this at home shortly. And there it is, surfer in green, Ophélie Alcouen, racing across the wave face now. Zoe Gros-Piron currently in second, requiring a combination of 15.83 to get back into this. doesn't manage to hang on to that nose ride, and Ginger Kaimi, the young Italian in blue, up and riding on her backhand straight to the nose. A beautiful, styled out hang five. Can she make it back? She does, cross-stepping stylishly. That was a remarkable nose ride and will have felt brilliant as the young Italian seeks the reform on the inside, cross-stepping again. Quick five, back she goes into the foam. Quick check over her shoulder to see if the right would offer her any more in the way of scoring potential, but she sticks with the left, riding it diligently into the shore. She's going to stick with this all the way to the sand and step off. A remarkable wave again. Brilliant surfing from the very young Italian, Ginger Kaimi. She's currently in third, requiring a 9.4, whilst the competitors either side of her in second and fourth require a combination. And that's because Ginger posted a higher score of a 6.43, which breaks the combination that Moine has imposed on her other competitors. 9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, 3 scores still to come in. The situation as it stands, however, is surfer in red, Alice Moine, you are first with a 9-point ride at a 7.83. Surfer in white, Zoe Gropion, you are second. White, you are second. You require a 16.83 combination. Blue, you are third. Scores still to come in for blue, looking for a 16.83 combination. Surfer in green, Ophélie Alcuin, you are in fourth. You require a combination of 16.83. 2 scores still to come in. Last of green, 3.33. La dernière vague des surfeurs en vert est une 3.33. So the judges replaying the last of blue to make sure that they get their scoring correct. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. The viewers at home seeing the replay that the judges are currently watching as well. Inspecting every single cross step, every change of direction of the last of blue, and the scores now begin to drop in from the judging booth. 8 minutes remaining. Surfers in the water, you have 8 minutes remaining. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to day 5, finals day here at the Boardmasters Festival 2024. We have a fantastic morning into early afternoon of action ahead of us. This is the Wild West Jerky LQS Women's Final. On screen, viewers at home can see one of the competitors in the next heat, Ben Skinner, donning his rash vest. He's down with Beach Marshal Tim, making his final checks, preparations ahead of his final. I'm joined back in the booth by Tom Anderson. Tom, last of blue now drops in at a 5.33. Last of blue, a 5.33. Blue, you are now second. Surfer in red, you are first. Blue, you are second. You require a combination of 16.83. White, you are in third. White third, you require a combination of 16.83. Green, you are fourth. You require a combination of 16.83. Moine has become travel agent and sent her competitors to Combo Land.
Yes, she's offering very competitively priced tickets to Combo Land, isn't she, Moine? Ophélie Alcuin en vert. Vous avez besoin d'une vague, de 2 vagues, une combination de 16.83. La priorité est avec le surfeur en rouge, et puis c'est avec le blanc. Vous avez 3e priorité. Ça va? Il reste 5 minutes et 50 secondes. So we gave some information to Alcuin then, because she was sending gestures in, but I think it might be that she was suggesting that she thought priority should be elsewhere. That happens. Here is a lovely inside floater for Zoe Gropion. And then Alice Moine goes for a nose ride. I mean, she's looking to improve on a massive score. So that just tells us how much Alcuin wants to do her best in this. We love it when competitors get frustrated, get angry, demand things. It shows that they care. And now Ophélie Alcuin does have priority. 5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes remaining. Priorité avec le surfer en vert. And here she goes. Alcuin looking to try and see if she can break combo. So needing a 6.83 to break combo. Gets to the nose, comes to the inside and goes for the inside closeout re-entry, that section. Not taking any prisoners today. You see the RNLI may have just gone through your picture. They're patrolling the competition area. It's a busy beach day. Really exciting natural amphitheatre here at Fistral Beach. And you will hear some noise at the end of this wave for Ginger Caimi, the Italian. Gets to the nose, gets back. Deft cross step in, rides to the inside, but just comes off. Caimi sitting in second at the moment, irrespective of whether or not Moine can be caught. Second is going to be really important. And a little heat recap coming up. So we see these waves of Moine. What a 10 with a quick little bit of soul arch thrown in. Stylish, cross-stepping back. No loss of speed at all at any point in that wave. Redirects. Another 5. The style as well, through to the inside. That front side finish. She looks up at the judges, the no claim. And this one to the nose again. And look at that style from the surfer in red. World Longboard Tour surfer, quarter-finalist at Huntington Beach last week in the US Open. And then Caimi. And there on the nose. 10. Rides back. This is why she's in second place. Ginger Caimi. A 6.4 for this wave. Thoroughly deserved. As a 13-year-old surfer there, Ginger Caimi. And we return to the lineup view. Alice Lemoine was looking for her 6th victory in this event. It would be Alice Lemoine's 6th title, if she can hold on. We did an interview with her yesterday where she showed us that she was thoroughly aware of that statistic. 6 times Boardmasters champion. And with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, it's looking increasingly likely that she's going to hold on for number 6. And here comes Ophélie Alcuin, though. She's going to see what she can do about it. Gets a 10. Gets back with a lovely cross step. Rides out. May get a reform on this. Holds on. But the wave runs away from her. But I think it's a possibility that Alcuin gets. She'd need a 6.83 to get her ticket out of Combo Land. Caimi, she's going to look at one. 6.83. The thing is, Lemoine, she's the travel agent that hands out the tickets for Combo Land, but you can only buy a ticket away. The return ticket can only be got for yourself. And here's Ophélie Alcuin trying to see what she can do about that. That was the judges watching the replay of Alcuin. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to make any comparisons. The judges will have just seen the heat recap as well at the same time as us. So the judges will be making comparisons. The judges use the replays, and here goes Caimi. So before the judges, they'll be watching this live. Caimi with a nose ride, but comes down. And so the last of green, a 6.2. Last of green, a 6.2. Situation remains the same. Green, you're in third. And then white with that. Slightly overdoes it. And the nose pills there for the surfer in white. So first red, second green, second blue, third green. And this is going to be a victory lap here for Lemoine. She's going to be riding into her 6th title. Just a celebration for Lemoine. Goes for the 10, kicks out. There's 30 seconds left in this heat. 30 seconds away from number 6. 25. Will there be another ride? Will there be a change between second, third, and fourth? Alcuin would need a wave around about the mid-5s for second. And does actually have priority, so there could be a buzzer beater for that. Kaimi looking to see if she can put it further out of range. So although the winner is settled, this could determine second. There's going to be a ride for her here. 3, 2, 1. It's a buzzer beater, but it could be a buzzer beater that settles second place. And so to the nose, gets 10 off the end. So Ophelia Alcuin could well move into second with this. She's going to ride through to the inside. Kaimi's done her best to try and put that further out of range. So although the winner is the winner, Kaimi was looking to replace a 5.33. If she does that, then Ophelia Alcuin would end up needing, I'm just doing the mental maths, I think she's going to need about it's going to need to be about a 5.5 or something like that, depending on what comes in for the last of Kaimi. The last of Kaimi does not change the situation, so it's down to Alcuin. Was that? And the judges here, you can see, using the replays to look at this wave. If this is in the upper 5s, it'll take her into second, which is a difference, of course, in prize money and points. Alcuin gets the 10 by there, surfing through the round of 80. So this would be important between Kaimi and Alcuin. And we're just waiting for that last result of Alcuin. The judges using the replay. You can see Rob is going to be ambushing Alice Lemoine as soon as he possibly can. And the last of green is going to be significant here now. Last of green, a 7.77. You are up into second, but the winner is Alice Lemoine. And we're going to go over to Rob, who is with Alice Lemoine. It's just Rob talking to her there. I'm not sure if we've gone through to hear.
We have a few words in English for our viewers speaking English watching online. How does it feel to be the Boardmasters champion yet again?
Yeah, it feels super great. I'm super stoked to get some good one. The wave was super fun, so yeah, it was like a free session. So.
And a 9-point ride in that final. Amazing surfing all round. Massive congratulations. Félicitations.
Merci beaucoup. Allez.
Back to you, Thomas.
There we see the Headland Hotel, and those are the final results. Lemoine for the 6th time. Alcuin in second, jumping up into second with that 7.77 at the end there. Kaimi in third, and Gros-Piron in the white coming fourth. And already this one is underway, and what a start for Antonio Dantas in the blue. And behind him, this is Martin Corrette from Reunion Island. And he gets to the nose. And out. A long running rivalry between Ben Skinner and Edward Del Pero. Del Pero is the reigning champion of this event. He's won this event on sundry occasions, Del Pero. And according to our records, it would be a first for Ben Skinner if he could take this one down. And here we see a replay now of the opening wave for Antonio Dantas. The judges will be using these replays to try and work out what is happening. Off the top. And Ben Skinner, meanwhile, on the nose, gets 5, gets 10, and the sole arch. And if he'd stuck that, we would have seen a score. That would have been one of the scores, possibly of the decade if he'd stuck that thing. Very ambitious. First of blue, a 7.67. First of white, a 3.83. First of red, a 1.4. And now we're going to see Eduard Del Pero, the defending champion, and he is up and riding here, and he gets 5 and comes back. Bottom turns out.
Wow, not 5 minutes gone in this final. And some incredible surfing on display already. Situation with 21 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Surfer in blue is first. Blue, you are first. Green, you are second. White, third. Red, fourth. Red, you need a 6.28. White, you need a 3.85. Green, you require a 3.68. Little break in the action, a lull in the ocean for the first time today. The waves have been relentless. If you're joining us online, a very warm welcome. And a very warm welcome also if you're joining us on the beach. It's day 5, finals day here at the Boardmasters 2024. In the water at the moment, we have the Wild West Jerky LQS men's final featuring Antonio Dontas in blue, Eduard Del Pero in green, Martin Corrette in white, and Ben Skinner in red. We've already seen one Skinner appear in a final today, Ben's son Lucas, taking out the Boardmasters Open Under-18 boys title, and we'll see him in action again later with the BYD Pro QS 1000 men's final, where he'll face off against Welshman Patrick Langdon-Dark. British surfing history will be made. It'll be the first time ever that 2 British surfers have finaled against each other at the Boardmasters. The first time ever that 2 British surfers have finaled against each other in a WSL QS event. Up and riding, it's surfer in red, Ben Skinner to the nose, hanging 5, hanging 10. Such a long nose ride, cross steps his way back and up into the foam. Doesn't manage to hang onto that one. Meanwhile, at the back, it's Antonio Dontas, heat leader, with a quick nose ride before drifting off the back. Skinner looking for a 6.28. Prolonged nose ride held by the Englishman there. Skinner, no stranger to these waves, no stranger to this competition, having won the title in the past. 18 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Scores start to drift in for last of red. Judges and viewers at home will be able to see the replay of last of red. He cross-stepped his way towards the nose, hanging 5 before getting 10 over for 2 seconds, cross-stepping back and up into the lip. Not managing to ride out of the last maneuver. Had he have ridden out of the last maneuver, his score would have likely been a fair bit higher. As it starts to drift in, it'll be a good start for surfer in red. 18 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. First of red, second of red is a 5.67. Second of red, 5.67. Red, you are now second. Blue, you are first. Red, you are second. Red, you require a 3.08. Green, you are third. You require a 4.75. White, you are fourth. You require a 4.92. Last of green, 4.0. Last of white, 3.83. Lines continue to roll in. here at North Fistral. The crowd on the beach is thickening. Up and riding, we see Martin Corrette, surfer in white, currently in fourth, looking for a 4.92, a beautiful nose ride, hanging 5, hanging 10, managing to maneuver his board to stay with that wave all the way from the nose. And up he goes on his backhand, the goofy foot, into the lip and rides out of it. Corrette seeking a 4.92. Judges considering his last efforts. It's unlikely that he'll get the 4.92, but he will certainly reduce his requirement, as one judge still remains to post their score. It comes in last of white, 4.67. La dernière vague de le surfeur en blanc est une 4.67. 4.67, last of white. 16 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. It's blue first, white second, red third, green fourth. Green, you require a 4.75. Red, you require a 3.08. White, you require a 4.08. So although White is currently in second, his requirement to jump up into first is actually greater than that of the surfer in third, red.
So look,
the surfer in third, red, Ben Skinner, has
these
the
are the
single
guys who are doing the
biggest
area, and there's
a higher single biggest wave score.
Basser at the replays over here.
5.67 compared to a White's 4.67.
Each of the judges.
There are 16 minutes remaining in this
and the judges, they
Wild
have
West
access
Jerky
as well
LQS
to this
men's
replay screen
final.
over here. So this is where the judges are using their replays.
Crowd beginning to
So the
build here on the
judges are
beach.
using the
The
replays
athletes
here.
area is jam-packed with the pit crews of these guys, their supporters. Casting my eye across the front here at Fistral Beach in Newquay. The bars are becoming packed. Revelers enjoying the sunshine and the brilliant surf on offer. A few bleary-eyed festival goers making their way down to the shore this morning, after no doubt a wonderful night up at the festival event site above Watergate Bay. I'm going to go over now to Tom Anderson while he takes us on a behind-the-scenes look at the judging area.
Okay, we're going to have to whisper for this one because these guys have got to think really carefully, but follow me in. We've got about 30 seconds to do this. This is the room where it all happens. Over here, this is the webcast team, and they're also running the replays. It's Timmy, John, and Basser. Over there's the replays. You see Basser doing the replays. It's Timmy by here. And then if we go over this way, you can see that's the replay. John's running, choosing what picture we get to see. And then over this way, these are the judges. And then they have access to this replay system here. And this is what the judges are using to determine their scores. Oh, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Anyway, over to you, Rob.
Thank you very much for that, Tom. A behind-the-scenes look into the judges' quarters here at the Boardmasters Surf Festival site. No situation change whilst Tom was creeping around, sneaking around silently behind the judges so as not to disturb them. Full whispering mode. Let's hope that the mic picked up everything that he had to say. So a cool shot of the multiverse showing the TV. Up and riding, however, we see surfer in white and surfer in green, splitting the peak. White going left, surfer in green going right. You can see it on your screens now at home. That's Edward Dalpero currently in fourth, looking for a 4.75 up and riding now. Surfer in blue on the left, heat leader Antonio Dantas. Viewers at home can see a split screen of both surfer in blue and surfer in red, Ben Skinner. But it's blue that we stick with now as red falls. Antonio Dantas, heat leader, looking to replace a 1.07. He will have certainly have done it with that last wave. Skinner looking for a 3.08 to move up into first. So last of blue will increase the requirement. And I'm hoping the viewers at home can see this. We can certainly see it on the beach. Corduroy lines packed to the horizon. The new swell has arrived. The wind is offshore. The sun is shining. We are primed for a late morning of incredible surfing action. Last of green, 5 points. Last of green, 5 points. La dernière vague de le surfeur en vert est 5 points. Here goes surfer in green, and Eduardo Pero again, hot off a 5-point ride. S turning his way to shore, waiting for this wave to steepen up ahead of him. To the nose, hanging 10, a prolonged 10, back to 5, to the middle section of his board, back to the nose again he goes, cross-stepping all the while up into the lip, and riding out of that. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for a brilliant ride for green. He will extend his lead. Meanwhile, up and riding, local boy Ben Skinner on the nose, hanging 10, hanging 5. You can hear the crowd getting behind him as he navigates this tricky section. He'll get another opportunity to cut back into the pocket. Hangs on, he rides out of it all the way to shore. It's a Skinner classic to ride this onto the sand, stepping off. And he's pleased with that. His body language says it all. He stands tall.
Well, what a ride for Ben Skinner there. And that will put him right in the mix. The running heat total before this round of judging was a 9-point heat total, but things are going to change. We've got scores to drop here still now for green, blue, and for the surfer in red. So there's the reigning event champion, Eduardo Del Pero, gets a 10, and then a 5, and then cross steps back, and then a front side carve back, and then she got to the nose, and he gets to the nose, he turns, he's got a little bit of an inside reform here. Del Pero loves to ride a wave to the very shore, and he's going to make it on this one. Clacks one off the foam on the inside, and steps into the sand amongst the British holiday makers, having a holiday swim. Jumps in among the bathers. And then behind, out back, in the blue, we've got Antonio Dantas, and he's frustrated, doesn't make that. Ben Skinner is on one here, and he's on the nose. On the nose. And a closeout re-entry. So the judges now are using these replays. This is what the judges are doing. They're trying to work out how they're going to compare. So this would have been the wave for Dantas. And so we wait. This is what the judges are doing right now. They're watching all of this back, these judges. They're taking advantage of a brief lull in the action. The judges, in a way, are really hoping nobody else rides a wave. This is Eduardo Del Pero. And so they're now comparing the earlier rides of Del Pero to the last rides, and they've got rides of Skinner to consider as well. There's small scores to drop. There's big scores to drop. We're waiting for scores of blue, green, and red before we can give a situation. We can tell you priority, that's with white. Then second is blue, and third is green, and fourth is red. But that is priority, that is not the standings. And Del Pero, he's waiting for a score. And here we see what the judges are thinking about. They're comparing a wave of Dantas, a long 10. And these guys, look at the stance Dantas has to take to try to recover that nose ride. Now we can have a quick moment here, Robbo, to reflect on one of the finest British beach-going traditions. I'm sure we probably get a camera shot of it in a bit. The windbreakers. Keep an eye out if you're watching from abroad. Here in Britain, the sun is lovely at this time of year, but the wind can be a bit cold, so our British holiday makers, they get down the beach, they set up these windbreakers, and their job done. just a few pieces of linen between a couple of sticks, and you've left southwest Cornwall and arrived in the south of Europe instead. And that's his Ben Skinner, the 10, the 5. Oh, great work to get around that fast closeout inside section there. Lovely frontside cut back. And the way that he uses that foam to lift himself back. Ben Skinner to the nose, a quick 5. Looks up to the tower. He says, I've done my bit, guys. Now you do yours. Okay, scores are in for blue. Last of blue, 1.3. And then and a 1. And then we've got scores for white of a 1 and a 0.73. Last of... We're still standing by for the last. We've got a score for red now of a 7.8. And there's a paddle going on. The offshore wind is strong now. This is Martin Corrett. There is still one more to come for red and green, though. So there is a 7.8, but there's one more to come for red. Red, you are into first. A correction, it's a 7.2 red. Your first wave, the last wave was a 7.2, but there's one more to come. It was a 7.2. Your running heat total is 12.87, with one wave still to come. Stand by for that last wave. Meanwhile, Edward Del Pero is doing something about that as well. He goes through to the inside and then out back in the green. Oh, a paddle and a pullback. That was Del Pero. Standing by for scores of red, green, and white still. We can see here in the blue on the beach, getting ready. That is the shortboard finalist, Tia Żebrowski. She'll be coming up shortly against Annette Gonzalez-Estabary. Scores for green. Green, you are up into the lead. You've posted a 7.27 and a 5.63. 12.9 heat total. Red, you need your last wave to have been a 5.71. But that score is still to come. 5 minutes remaining. And you can see the judges. You can see the replays that they're watching. That gives us a slight indication of where they think the scores are going. Last of red, stand by for a lead change. Scores in, last of red, a 6.27. You are into the lead. 7.2 and a 6.27. Green, you have a 7.27 and a 5.63. Green, you now need a 6.2.
And here goes our surfer in blue, Tom. It's Antonio Dantas, currently in 30, seeking a 5.8. You won't get it with that wave. Ben Skinner, heat leader, up and riding on a smaller inside right, making his way to the nose. Hanging 5, hanging 10. A super long nose ride for Skinner. Back he goes, rides out of it. Doesn't pursue this wave to the shore. Skinner looking to replace a 6.27. The crowd are making themselves heard. I can see the St. Piran's Cross flag being held aloft by legend of the British longboarding scene, Minnow, supporting his man, Ben Skinner, in this event. Up and riding it, surfer in green, currently in second. Del Pero looking for a 6.2 to the nose, prolonged nose ride all the way through. Cross steps back, up to the lip he goes, projecting out into the flats. Holds his head up, says to the judges, what do you make of that? Well, the judges will let you know that shortly, Edward, as they post their scores. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. This is the Wild West Jerky LQS men's final. About 20 minutes ago, we saw a jubilant Alice Lemoine surfing in red take the women's title. Shaking with delight as she left the water. I caught up with her on the water's edge for a quick chat, and Tom is going to do the same to whoever ends up winning this heat as he makes his way down the sand. Viewers at home can see last of red, Skinner, and last of green, Edward Del Pero. Last of green on screen right now. Judges making their comparisons before posting their scores. Scores still to come in for last of green. Last of red at 4.7. Last of red, 4.7. Situation, 2.5 minutes remaining. Still waiting on one score for green. At the moment, Ben Skinner, surfer in red, is in first. Del Piero in green is in second. Antonio Dantas in blue is third. Martin Corret in white is fourth. Surfer in blue, Dantas in third. Looking at this one, he needs a 5.8 cross steps. Beautiful hang 5, but realizes that wave won't allow him the scoring potential he needs. Up and riding now. Del Piero in second, looking for a 6.2. To the nose he goes. A really long nose ride, styled out the sole arch as well. Into the lip, rides out. Now he's clapping, saying to the crowd, to the judges, what do you make of that? Del Piero searching for a 6.2. His last wave coming in at a 5.63, so it wasn't enough. Last of green, 6.17. There's still a score to drop. One more score to come for green. He needs the 6.2 at the minute. He has a heat combination of 13.44. Skinner has a heat combination of 13.47. Just 0.03 separating red and green. 1.5 minutes remaining. Last of green, 7.5. Last of green, 7.5. Le dernier vague de le surfeur en vert, 7.50. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining. Del Piero goes into first. Green, you are first. Red, you are second. Red, you need a 7.57. Red, you have second priority. White, you have first priority. Dantas, blue, you need a 7.10. Correct, in white, you need a combination of 14.77. Here goes Correct, putting the trigger, using his priority. Priority now shifts. The surfer in red, Ben Skinner. Correct falls and is... Oh, he's wearing a leash, so his board sticks with him. Just 40 seconds remaining. Del Piero in the lead. Up and riding Dantas in blue, looking for a 7.1. To the nose, hang 5, hang 10. Styled out sole arch, 10 on the nose, back he goes. Middle part of his board, pumping down the line, up into the lip and rides out. He's searching for a 7.1. He thinks the inside might offer it to him. There is a set approaching the lineup. It's Skinner with priority. 10 seconds remaining. He's going to have to go on the first one. Looking for a 7.57. Here he goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's up to his feet. To the nose, hanging 5. Up into the lip. And Skinner looking for a 7.7. I think he knows that last wave will not have achieved it for him. Del Piero rides in victorious. Frenchman high-fiving Skinner. Old rivals. They've had many a final against each other, and the crowd getting behind our competitors to give them a round of applause. Ladies and gents, please make yourselves heard for the Wild West Jerky LQS men's. Ignore the horn. The horn means
hello,
nothing.
hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We're just going to wait and find out who the score is now.
Live. The action is not live.
Tell me when we're live.
Surfers in the water.
So we're just waiting to find out who's won. Are we live?
Not live.
Okay, so we are just waiting on the results here now.
Not on. The heat is not on. Do not start. Surfers in the water.
And so we're looking for the confirmation. We could still get a change here for the surfer in blue, Dantas. We're going to be waiting to hear the last score. We can see that Ben has lifted Del Piero's hands in the air, but we're just waiting for confirmation that that's definitely the results. We're standing by for the final results. We're standing by. We're just waiting for official confirmation here. I think he thinks he's got it. I think he thinks he's got it. So here we go. Okay. So we're here. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. We need one more score to come in now. We're not going to jinx it. We're waiting for one more score. We're waiting for the last of blue. We're just waiting for the last of blue. So we're here. We can see the surfers. They're not yet sure. We're waiting for the last of blue. We can see there's a lot of congratulations going his way. And you can see up the beach they go. They're sure they've got it. Here he comes. the last result of blue. So that confirms it. We know for sure. So, Edward. So we're going to follow Edward up the beach here now. You can hear the joy. Del Pero, he's taking it down. In he goes to the beach marshal. And finally we're going to get a word. Yet again, Edward, nervous at the end. You said not to jinx it, but it was all okay.
I don't know, has they said it yet? Okay, well, cool, I'm happy.
Woo! Yes, they've said it, you've done it. Yet again. Exciting at the end there. How do you deal with the nerves at the very end?
Yeah, just have to believe that there was a wave like sneaking out, like swinging a little bit my way because I had no priority and stoked to get that one.
And one more for the surfers from France. So tu veux dire quelque chose en français aussi?
Allez, merci, on est de retour, on est là encore. Ah!
Allez les bleus!
Yepa!
Over to you.
Surfs in the water, counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Viewers at home on screen can see our two finalists. Noah Clapp of Germany by way of Malibu, and Tia Zabrowski representing France. Clapp in red, Zabrowski in blue. 22 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Bit of a quiet start to this heat in comparison to the last few that we've seen. Gives us all a moment just to calm down, to get our breath, because it has been breathless. Frenetic competition action. The end of that heat was, well, wild. It was the Wild West Jerky LQS men's final. And Tom, there was situation change after the horn.
It was a bizarre situation down there just then, because the fellow competitors had effectively, it felt a little bit like what happens on some election evenings when the opponents had conceded defeat. And they were calling it before the final vote had been counted. You know, it was like they were.
Somerset goes.
And Edouard just said, "Get out of my face, man! Don't jinx this," you know. And I absolutely agree with him. So the judges, though, I think will be enjoying a little break in the action here. It will give them a chance to get
Tom,
their stuff in order.
Their moment of silence is about to be rudely interrupted by a set that is approaching the contest bank. Our surfers paddling south feverishly. They can see that this set is rearing up.
It's a good-looking set. Now, the trouble for the surfers here is that they're going to have a priority fight with each other for the takeoff position, and that can sometimes mean that the first wave of the day doesn't always get taken off on from a particularly good position, so they've both paddled themselves too deep. We saw this happen a lot in the Olympics, and that then resets both surfers. Now, there's a decision for the head judge to make there, because if 10 minutes of this final runs without the judges deeming that scoring potential had come through, they can give a restart. But will the judges decide that that was a scoring wave, that it is the surfers' responsibility for getting on that wave? And will they decide that the surfers should have gone? Or will the judges decide that there hasn't been a wave yet? Anyway, we're still another 5.5 minutes
that bridge
away
in
from
about
that.
5 minutes time. Because once again, there's another set rearing its head beyond the contest bank out to see corduroy lines. You can see the azure blue North Atlantic, sunlit, dappled sunlight making its way through the clouds. A light offshore breeze here this morning at North Fistral. It's day 5, it's finals day here at the Boardmasters 2024. We are into the BYD Pro QS 1000 women's event, brought to you by the WSL. Featuring Noah Clapp of Germany, Tia Zabrowski of France. Coming up next will be the BYD Pro QS 1000 men's event, for the first time ever featuring 2 British surfers. It'll be the first time a WSL QS event has featured 2 surfers, and those 2 surfers are Patrick Langdon-Dark of Wales and Lucas Skinner of England. Local lad Lucas Skinner will have plenty of support on the beach, as will Patrick. There's a strong Welsh contingent down in the athletes area and in the beach bar. 19 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. As Tom mentioned, if there hasn't been a wave ridden in the first 10 minutes and the judges deem that no rideable waves have come through the contest zone, then we could perhaps see a restart. Still a few minutes away, and still lines creep in from the North Atlantic. It's a fresh swell today, a new pulse of energy. Means we're seeing lots of consistency in the waves, regular waves arriving.
Building swells do this. It was a dropping swell last night, wasn't it, Rob?
It's caused chaos in the last heat, Tom, because there was barely a moment when a wave wasn't being ridden.
So we've got about 3.5 minutes now. Now again, though, the judges will have to decide if they think... I think at the moment the word is that the judges have decided that that wave was not a wave of scoring potential. And so at the moment, as we see Lucas Skinner getting ready there, look what's coming up. It's going to be Wales against Cornwall. Wales against England, but Britain against Britain, whatever you guys want to call it. I tell you what, we'll take a quiet moment here, guys, on the beach, and we'll see if we can get rid of that quiet. On the beach, if you want to see the surfer from Wales win the men's final, make some noise. And if you're here because you want to see the Cornish surfer win, make some noise. And let's not forget what's in the water right now. If you want to see the French take down the ladies, make some noise. And if you want to see the Germans take it down, make some noise. Oh, I think France had the biggest single noise and Germany had the larger collective
Some wonderful
two-person
scenes
noise
on the beach. So our viewers at home can see a lovely image of Lucas Skinner greeting some family and friends before making his way back to the athletes area. In the water, we see a paddle. It's Clapp of Germany in the red, up and riding on a backhand. The young goofy foot on a lovely looking inside right.
What a
right,
start.
smash the lip, back
again.
down again. One
Wow.
final maneuver.
What a start.
A start. It's taken some time, but with 17 minutes remaining, Red has opened her account. What a start. A brilliant wave to begin this heat. Clapp in Germany. Clapp of Germany. Clearly delighted with that wave. Kicking, scrapping to get back into the lineup. Zabrowski sitting alone towards the north end of the contest area. She will have priority, and perhaps that's why Clapp has chosen to paddle to the south. On screen now, viewers at home can see a recap. A replay of last of Red Clapp. 3 beautiful maneuvers on her backhand.
smaller inside ride come the end of it, but still loads of scoring potential. Clapp has opted to paddle to the south, and as if by magic, she has conjured a set that's going to be heading directly toward her. Meanwhile, Zabrowski at the back, alone, towards the northern end of the contest area. She's going to take a look at this wave. She paddles. And she's in. Zabrowski of France up and riding on her forehand. The young regular foot into the lip, releases tail, spray flying everywhere. 2 big turns. So that was a 2-maneuver wave compared to Red's 3-maneuver wave. The judges seemingly liking Last of Red as the score comes in. Last of Red, 7 points. Last of Red, 7 points. They'll now consider how Blue's wave compared to it, and viewers at home will be able to see the replay now that the judges are no doubt watching to make the comparison to Last of Red. Only 2 maneuvers, but big turns. The second in particular was a really beautiful turn. Zabrowski carrying loads of momentum into that closeout section, releasing the tail, riding out with speed, power, and control, importantly, for completion. It's great to see the beach filling up here at North Fistral. A crowd fit for this wonderful late morning of surfing action we have ahead of us. Lots of people, no doubt, down to see the final, the Brit-on-Brit final. But beforehand, we have got electric surfing action coming your way. Last of Blue, 8.07. La dernière vague de la surfeuse en bleu, 8.07. 14 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. I've seen a few bleary-eyed people making their way down from the festival site at Watergate Bay, having enjoyed the music last night, perhaps 1 or 2 refreshments. There's a few people snoozing on the beach. We mentioned it 2 days ago when we had the very sunny afternoon. Make sure you're sun smart, folks. Slip, slop, slap. Slip on a t-shirt, slop on the sun cream, slap on a hat. Saw some very rouge backs the other day. We don't want to have a repeat of that. No fun camping at the festival with sunburn and sunstroke. And it can still get you through the cloud. Don't forget, 13 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Blue is first. Zabrowski is in first with an 8.07. Clapp in second with a 7-point ride, requiring a 1.08 to move into pole position. 2-person finals here, surfer on surfer. And a set approaching. Clapp with priority, positioning herself perhaps for a right-hander here, choosing not to go. Doesn't even look at that one for fear of affording priority to surfer in blue Zabrowski, who sits about 15 yards, 20 yards to the south of red.
So a 7 for Clapp. And she goes through the excitement of realizing that she's had a fantastic start to this heat. And then an 8 for Zabrowski. These guys have been standouts throughout this event. And
they've been superb, Tom. And interestingly, Zabrowski's wave only having 2 turns. Clapp's wave, red, having 3 turns. But Zabrowski's turns being deemed by the judges to be more critical, more aggressive, and completed, I think, in that critical section of the wave, adding the extra point.
Yeah, and the heat of the event so far prior to this final was yesterday when Tir Zabrowski got past the other form surfer of the event, Annette Gonzalez-Estavari, and that really was absolute fireworks, wasn't it? And Gonzalez-Estavari had looked borderline invincible prior to that. But at the end of that heat yesterday, it was Zabrowski who ended up looking invincible. She comboed Gonzalez-Estavari. It's worth remembering that Tir Zabrowski was born in 2011. It makes her 13 years old. She turned 13 in March. Tahitian. She also spends a lot of time at Hossegor, essentially the hub of European surfing. And Clapp from Malibu in California. Now these guys are looking to join a pretty illustrious list of names, Robbo. Shall I run you through, since 1988, the various people who've won this event?
Please do.
Wendy Botha, twice. Connie Nixon-Fuchs, Kylie Webb, Pauline Menzer has won this event before in 97. Lane Beachley, one of the greatest surfers of all time, has won this event in the past. Tita Tavares. Do you remember Tavares, the flashy Brazilian? Emmanuel Joly, now Jolie Thomas. Chelsea Georgeson, now Chelsea Hedges. Peruvian world champion Silvana Lima has won this event before when it was the Nokia Pro. Claudia Concalves, Jacqueline Silva, Claire Bevilacqua, Ella Williams. Another previous French winner was Juliette Lacombe. And then we had 3 on the bounce for Yolanda Hopkins. There's Patrick Langdon Dark collecting his red vest, getting his watch. There he goes. Langdon Dark going for a swallowtail. Oh, and there we go. There's Dad keeping the round pin ready. The round pin this morning was on the floor next to Mr. Dark as Pat was having a surf. So that round pin tail, I think I'm going to deduce that it was the swallowtail that he warmed up on earlier. So yeah, Yolanda Hopkins had won this 3. She can't go for the 4-peat because she is at the US Open. The Olympics pushed the US Open into the same week as Boardmasters. And Yolanda advanced last night. She is in the quarterfinals of the US Open. She's going to be up against Bronte McCauley. You can watch that this evening on the same channel as this, the WSL's YouTube. That's from about 7:30 US time. It'll be 3:30 our time. And here comes a wave. Will Żebrowski get in place for it on the left? Both surfers a little bit too deep. It was Clapp that had priority. And this wave is filling the area out. We've got 9 minutes remaining, so this is going to be all about the battle of the backups now. At the moment, we've just got 1 wave for each surfer, an 8.07 against a 7. Red has priority. And we saw this happen twice in the Olympics, actually, didn't we? That there were heats where effectively only 3 scoring waves came through, and that was that. And with a strong offshore and a very long period, although Żebrowski has the higher single score, Clapp has priority. Rob, who would you rather be? The 7 or the 8.07? The 7 with priority or the 8.07? And here's a little recap of those waves on the screen for those of you watching at home. This was the 7. Fin lift. Good top turn, plenty of spray, lovely finish, and off that white water. And this was the 8.07, a faster start. And then this second turn, absolutely critical. So 8.07 for 2 turns. Who'd you rather be, Robbo?
It's a tricky one, Tom. I think you've got to be wanting to hold the highest wave total at this moment. Without priority, as we've seen, Tom, when those waves come, really tricky to get in position. There's a big period between each of the sets now. And settling in and
Clapp in the red. What she's going to have to make sure she does is that she's got to use that priority really wisely. She's basically got to ignore the noise and hope that she can blinker everything else out, keep that tunnel vision needed to pick out only the best wave. And Żebrowski might have a little paddle here. She doesn't. Żebrowski also not that interested. She could go underneath and pick up a few insiders and just give Clapp an official requirement, because Clapp won't know the exact score that she's going to need because it will be subject to whatever Żebrowski rides. Clapp looking. There is a set coming through to the north of the area. Clapp is going to follow it. Patrick Langdon Dark, you see on the beach there warming up. He's in the zone. I wonder what's going through his mind there now. Whatever happens, this is British surfing history. It's the first time we've had 2 Brits in the final against each other. We might have said that to you guys once or twice already. And Clapp is going to go here on a right-hander, it looks like. Żebrowski at the other end of the wave. Paddles to put the pressure on to make sure Clapp does go. Clapp paddles. is up and going, and she's going to get one good turn on this, and she goes for it and overdoes it, and now that is advantage Zebrowski. Now that question of who you'd rather be is a lot simpler because Clapp has lost priority with that wave. The French surfer. Zebrowski, the 13-year-old from Tahiti. And there's a large noise going up on the beach because making his way through the crowd to the water's edge in the blue, it is the surfer from round the corner in Perranporth. The hometown hero, Lucas Skinner, makes his way to the north end of the beach. We're going to have one surfer paddling out south, one paddling out north. They're going to keep their distance from each other to start with. Will we end up with a priority clash at the end? Things are running slow in the middle. But there are further waves coming. And there's a bit of distance between Zebrowski and Clapp right now. That's because Noah Clapp knows that Tia can keep her away. And now they're a bit closer. Clapp trying to get away. Will Zebrowski go on this one? She's got the priority to use if she wants. Clapp leans for the wave to force her to go. Zebrowski doesn't go, so Clapp is up and right in. A nice looking right-hander here. Gets right into the lip and slightly overdoes it. Slightly overdoes it. 5 minutes remaining. The last of red, a 1-point ride. You still require a 1.08, but that will change when blue rides a wave. And here goes Zebrowski. She's going to go on a much smaller inside one here now and goes onto the front side. Gets the first turn right. This will be a bigger lead and a second good turn. And then has to tap the foam because she can't get back onto the main face. It'll be a little bit less than the first wave, but it will put Noah Clapp in a situation where a significant score is going to be needed. The judges will be quite quick to get this one in. There's no other noise going on in the room there. They will probably take the care to watch a replay. They'll have the chance. And at home, viewers on the WSL YouTube channel, you are watching what the judges are watching. So you'll get a sense for where the judges think they might be going by the wave that they choose to compare to. They're choosing to compare to the 7 of Clapp. This is the 7 of Noah Clapp. That could give an indication of where the judges think this is going because that's the wave, the replay they've asked for. And they're actually going to watch the 8.07 too. So this is what the judges are watching. They're watching. That is the last wave that the judges are watching there. So they haven't asked for the 8.07. They are looking to make a direct comparison to the 7. Does that mean they're thinking to go under? Possibly if they were going to go over, they would have asked to watch the 8 as well. So the suspense, and they're going to go exactly smack in between by the looks of things. We've got one score from the first judge. The second judge is it's going to come right in between the two. We're one judge away from the score. 3 minutes remaining. Here it comes. Stand by for last of blue. It's going to be a 7-something. Last of blue, a 7.33. Red, you need an 8.4. Tia Zebrowski, you see the score there on your screens. The 7.33. And now the ocean goes quiet. 2 minutes and 40. What's in Noah Clapp's head right now? 8.4. Looking earlier into the event, we can see that Noah Clapp's advancing scores earlier. Her highest score was in the semi-final. She got a 7.5 in that. Previous to that, Clapp got a 6.5. That was in round 2 when she got past Anoa Lesiaga, Lucia Machado and Tegan Blackford. So it is asking Noah Clapp to get about almost a whole point more than her highest ride so far. But we know that Noah Clapp's got the surfing in her because the waves are better today than they were then. Waves are smaller, but the shape on these waves is fantastic. The surfers came through a lot of onshore surf to get here to this sunny day. And now we come down to 1 minute 50, so it's going to be all about whether or not Noah Clapp can get the score. Yeah, if you whisper it. And we come down to 1 minute and 10 seconds here now. This is Tia Żebrowski on your screens. There we see both competitors. They're sat right next to each other. Clap has priority with a minute left. For anyone who's a neutral fan of an exciting ending, the surfer with priority is the surfer that needs the score. That means if the wave comes through, we'll see a ride. Something is feathering towards the middle of the contest area. It's a little bit smaller, but those waves have hugged the bank really well. So Clap is going to have a look. There's 40 seconds remaining. And now she's paddling a little bit of a kick paddle too. Interestingly, the surfers in the next heat, paddling out from north and south, have now arrived in the water almost right next to each other. I wonder what's going through Żebrowski's mind right now with 25 seconds left. And I'm not sure if there's going to be a ride here, so we may well see an in-the-water finish for this, an in the back of the lineup finish. We come down to 10 seconds, so it's now or never for Noah Clap. And she's not going to go. So this is a victory lap with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a French winner of the Ladies of the Boardmasters 2024. It's Tia Żebrowski, the 13-year-old from Tahiti. What an incredible moment in the history of European surfing. There we have it, 15.4 heat total. We're going to get straight on with the next heat, and then Rob will catch up with Tia. There we see it. So we stand by to start the next heat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as Tia makes her way in, we're going to go through to the shoreline. Rob will catch up with Tia, Patrick and Lucas squaring up.
With Tia.
And here we go. Rob, he's with her.
Thank you, Tom. Félicitations, Tia. Comment tu te sens?
Bien. Good.
Vous êtes le champion de la Boardmasters 2024. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I'm really, really happy. It's my first time I win a QS. So, yeah.
Brilliant surfing. Tricky conditions. The waves were a little bit slow in that final, but you made it count when the waves came to you.
Yeah, it was real slow. I catch my first wave. It was like 10 minutes left, I think so. And it was a little bit, a lot of friction, but yeah, I make it, I'm happy.
An amazing performance throughout the competition. Congratulations again. Félicitations, Tia Żebrowski, your winner of the Women's BYD Pro 2024.
And this heat is going to get underway now. Here we go. Live action. This is Patrick Langdon, dark on the backhand. And goes for the backside air reverse and rides out. What a start for Patrick Langdon, dark. Lucas Skinner behind. Got to do a bit of work to get some speed on this one. Frontside carve. There might be something on the inside. Gets a lot of speed as he runs down that section. A second frontside turn into the lip. And on the rail again. And another turn. And the Cornish crowd go wild. Patrick Langdon Dark, meanwhile, is almost out back already. Oh, poor judges. They've got to compare apples with onions here now. We've got a backside reverse. Pretty tight. Against a long, drawn-out set of frontside turns. Both of them similar size waves. Maybe Pat's was slightly bigger. We'll be seeing the replays shortly. Here we go. So the judges are looking first at the wave of Lucas Skinner. Bit of work to do on rail to get through to the pocket of the wave. Then we get a first turn, a second turn. Third turn is a check turn. And then a fourth. 5 turns. Tight closeout Rio. Lucas is right in this live. Going fast on this one on the backhand. Displaying spray. And he's going to pump through to the inside for a final finish. So Lucas with a 2-wave score. And the Cornish crowd go absolutely mad. Huge amount of cheering going on down the beach there. So, very, very important first set of scores here. The judges are going to watch the replays over and over. Patrick out back. He'll be trying his best to shut out the noise. First of blue, a 5.67. So the judges, they use that one because that's similar to the kind of surfing they've already been judging. So the judges will put that, and now the judges are watching the replay of Langdon Dark. So they've set the scale with the first of blue at a 5.67, and now they've got to decide how to compare 5 frontside top turns with 1 backside reverse 180 to fakie with a complex foam recovery. And they go a little lower on the first of red. First of red, a 3.67. And now they watch the replay of the last of blue. So there is going to be a lead for the Cornish after this. This one a little bit harder work than the first one. So where does this go? Does this go in between the last 2 waves? Or does it go just below the first of red? It won't go as high as the first of blue. We can be fairly sure of that. It's going to go between the two. So the last of blue, a 5.33. Blue, you're in the lead. Red, you need a 7.33. Wow, Rob, what a flurry of activity at the start of that one. Rob's back.
I'm breathless. Bit of a run through the crowd. Tom, it feels electric down there.
I bet it does.
The vibe on the beach is unbelievable.
I bet it does.
The beach
Who
is-
needs to be at Watergate Bay for the music festival? When you got this?
Tom, there's a lot of people that have come down from Watergate Festival. There's a few bleary-eyed people on the beach. There's a lot of people with Boardmasters T-shirts on, which suggests that they've come from the festival site.
Well, good for them being here already if they've been to the festival site.
And the beach is really, really busy now. It's actually a bit of a maze to get through. Sprinting back after chatting to Tia after her win. She was a bit lost for words, I think.
Was she?
I think it was quite an emotional moment. First QS win.
At the age of 13.
Yeah.
There's a decent looking set coming through here. So, I mean, really for Patrick Langdon Dark now, it's effectively 2-0 in terms of waves, isn't it? He's not going to want to use a 3.67. So, although he's not yet in Combo Land, he's being shown the brochure for Combo Land, isn't he? The flight is being held up though at the moment. There are cracks on the runway. Both of these surfers no stranger to runways, both in terms of global travel and their ability to go to the air. Air Langdon Dark is a well-established airline, and Air Skinner is also competing with it. Viewers at home can see the iconic Headland Hotel there. Bit of scenery for you. 19 minutes left. A lot of think time out there. You've got to be very zen in a 2-man final with an audience like this and with relatively small surf too, Robbo.
Well, and Tom, with the whole crowd watching every single move as well. It's an exciting time to be out there. The boys looked really focused, but excited before they went into the water. And it's worth reminding, Tom, I know you've mentioned it quite a few times, and I have as well, that this is British surfing history being made. This is the first time that 2 British surfers have appeared in the final of the Boardmasters ever at the same time. And indeed, the first time that 2 British surfers have appeared in a WSL QS final together ever. So whatever the outcome, British surfing is a winner here today, Tom.
It is British surfing history. You are here watching it. Now, there's one crowd here watching it live. Got to welcome as well our viewers online through the WSL YouTube. We're doing a live compcast. There's the scene at the beach. Crowded, busy. Everybody's here to cheer on their guys. You're joining us on the WSL Live. Welcome. I'm Tom Anderson. Next to me is Rob Blythe. This is the Boardmasters Festival of Music and Surfing in Newquay, Cornwall. This is the final of the men's BYD Pro QS 1000. It's the first event of the European QS Regional Tour. And in the water are the 2 finalists, Lucas Skinner and Patrick Langdon Dark. And Patrick Langdon Dark is going to take a wave here, Robbo.
Here he goes, the young Welshman wrapping back towards the whitewater here on his backhand, generating speed, driving down the line up to the lip. He goes for a second time, looking for a finishing maneuver, finds it, pulls through the back. He is
enormous.
Happy with that. You could tell by his body language, forcing his board through the back of that wave. Patrick Langdon Dark looking for a 7.33 or just to reduce the requirement. And I think he would have definitely done one of those 2 things.
I watched him warming up this morning, Rob, and I saw that one of the things he was working on, and we'll be able to see that on the replay, was just making sure that he timed his arrival at the final section of the wave, because a lot of the chances to go most vertical on your backhand are at the closeout, see? And you can see on the replay there that Patrick had to make sure that he could find lip at the end there. And they're comparing it to this backhand wave of Lucas Skinner online. If you're viewing, you can see that. This is the 5.33.
Lucas got very busy on that wave.
He did.
I think Patrick's turns were perhaps in the more critical section of the wave.
One turn less, bigger turn at the end. So we'll also find out now how much the judges care about whether you get busy in the front in the first turn or the last turn. And the judges are going to like this. Last of red, a 5.13. You now need a 5.87.
So, as predicted, Langdon Dart reduces his requirement. He will go hunting, heading to the south of the contest area, staying well clear of Lucas Skinner with priority. Once again, Tom, we've seen, do you know what we've seen? We have seen Skinner get a really early start again. He's done it in all of his heats so far. 2 decent scores on the board in the opening minutes of the heat. Building house, as you've termed it over the past couple of days. And Skinner now finds himself with priority and a set approaching the lineup.
Does he now, he's got to try and improve his total. Does he now start thinking about going to the air? Langdon Dark is going to go again here on a left-hander. No, he ejects too much wind to get into that, and that wave did back off a lot. It wouldn't have offered much. He doesn't have priority, so it doesn't matter. Now, these surfers, Rob, they're looking to put their names on a trophy or on a leaderboard.
Time call, 15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes remaining. Skinner, blue, you are first. Langdon Dark, red, you are second. Dark, you need a 5.87.
Shall I run you through some of the previous winners of this event, Robbo?
Please do.
First ever winner of this event, the 1983 Foster's Pro, Tom Carroll.
Lofty company.
It was then won by Martin Potter. Tom Curran twice in
All world
85 and
champions so
86.
far, Tom.
Martin Potter in 87. It is all world champions. It was won by Damien Hardman in 88 and Barton Lynch in 89.
More
Tom
world
Curran in
champions.
91. Mark Okalupo in 92.
World champions.
So 1995 was the first time that a world champion didn't win. It was Shane Powell. But I'm going to put an asterisk there because Shane Powell, you and I did a little podcast about this. He was in our list of surfers who would be world champion if Kelly Slater had never existed. Because he was runner-up in the world that year. Taj Burrow in 96. 97, Renato Wanderley. That was the year Rob Machado smashed his board up.
Tom, there
in
is a
anger.
set approaching the lineup. 13 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Langdon Dark pulls the trigger, up and riding on his backhand. The young Welshman. Into the lip he goes. Bottom turning into the lip a second time. This wave's not going to go any further, and Langdon Dark drifts over the back without completion. So the ball is now firmly in the court of Lucas Skinner, surfer in blue, with priority. Taking a look at this wave, paddles in, opts to go left on his backhand. The young Cornishman, regular foot on a medium-sized left-hander into the lip twice. Huge spray for that second turn. Lucas Skinner looking to replace a 5.33.
He's asking the question there, Rob, but can Langdon Dark get out in time for the biggest wave of the day so far that is coming through? Can he get out there in time? There's a lot of work needing to be done. They're very fit, these guys, but there's a chance that Lucas Skinner can get onto the other side of this wave as well. Langdon Dark is probably going to spin and go here. On a right-hander, he chooses not to go. That one would have run almost into the bathing zone. Free surfers, you need to move south. Lucas Skinner is going to ride up to the north on this wave, on his backhand. Again, before the judges can even answer the question on the last one. Oh, loses his board up in the wind there.
An audible exhale of breath from the crowd united there, Tom. As Lucas Skinner fell on that final turn. A beautiful looking wave to start. Massive spray off the second turn. Some scores starting to drop for the last 2 waves of Skinner. 2 scores still to come in for the young Cornishman in blue. He's already had a pretty good morning, Tom. He won the Boardmasters Open Under-18 division earlier this morning.
And he was in that one. offering out tickets to Combo Land, wasn't he? He
Viewers
was a
at
travel
home
agent.
can see that last of Skinner, that massive spray off that one turn. Goes to the lip further down the line. This is actually his earlier wave being shown on screen now, so the judge is obviously making a comparison between that 5.67.
So this is the third wave of Skinner. So this is the bigger question. Does this beat the 5.33? Because that final maneuver there was a really nice bit of torque round. It was a bigger wave that stood up more. That might go above the 5.33, and it is going, oh, it's going to be very, very close. Last of blue, a 2.63. The wave before that was a 5.17. No change of situation. Red, you still need a 5.87.
11 minutes.
We're up to date.
On the clock, Tom. Our partners at the RNLI, the lifeguards, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, just making an announcement asking for the swimmers at the north end of the beach to make sure you are out of the water so as not to interfere with the contest and the scoring potential of these surfers. Lines still approaching. Tom, let's hear about some of the other past winners.
Yeah, where was I? I was up to 97, wasn't I? There might be a ride here. I think Patrick Langdon-Dark is going to go, and this is a really nicely bowling right-hander here. He gets a bit of speed, one turn, comes round, a second, absolutely vertical, a third, and he's going to be liking this one if he gets back onto the wave face. Now, I don't know how much it'll matter at the end. Lucas Skinner bashes water out the back. He'll have seen fins and spray there 3 times. Not as much noise on the beach that time. I don't know whether that 5.87 that silences the home crowd would happen, and there'll still be time to reply. The judges are watching this replay, fast surfing from Langdon-Dark. The first turn is a check turn, the second one and the third one are where the points are put in place. Lucas Skinner is going to respond pretty much straight away here on a front side. Right-hander, a big roundhouse, a snap, and comes down to a fast inside section. There's a lot of wind on this, and goes to the air and pulls that round, so goes into reverse, rides out fakie, pings it round. So it's not a rotation, that it's effectively an air 180.
Well, the beach loved that one, Tom.
Yeah, as we wait for the scores there, you were asking me, I'd gotten to 97. Here's a replay of the waves. We see now the judges are watching the wave of Lucas Skinner first on the replays here now. So we see 2 turns, kind of set up turns, and then this very, very smooth and stylish turn at the end. And he thinks he's done it. He thinks he's done it there. Last of red, a 5.23. You need a 7. Last of blue, a 6.93. Red, you need a 7.37. So Lucas Skinner, he's building house. He's Barrett Holmes, he's Red Row, he's building house steadily here now. Yeah, so we got up to 97. Since then, Glyndon Ringrose, Daniel Wills, Adrian Buchan, Russell Winter, 2002. 22 years ago, the last time this event was won by a Brit. And then, after that, Bede Durbridge, Renato Galvao, Antonio Bortoletto, the South African, Davy Weir, another South African. Set coming through, Benny Bourgeois, Wiggly Dontas, Stan Ross, Mark Lackamar, Roman Church, Charlie Martin, Shane Campbell, Liam Mortensen, Andy Creer, Leon Glatzer, Thomas Lede, and Kai Odriozola bring up the rest of the names of people who've won this before. There's going to be a new name on the trophy. Is it going to be Skinner? Is it going to be Langdon-Dark? Skinner in the driving seat at the moment. Priorities with the surfer in red, so the surfer who needs the score, the 7.37, is the surfer that has the priority at the moment as we come down to 7.5 minutes remaining. And there is another line coming through to the south. And this set does look like it's going to be sending its energy towards our 2 surfers.
6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this, the final of the BYD Pro QS 1000 men's event. It's Lucas Skinner in blue who's in pole position, and he's taking another wave on the inside, a small right-hander pumping down the line. I've got a strong suspicion that he wants to take to the air at the end of this wave, and he does. Huge.
Wow.
Skinner,
you are cleared to land.
The beach erupts, Tom. We are watching British surfing history in the making. Lucas Skinner, 16 years old, currently in line for the throne here at the Boardmasters.
Replay for you, those of you at home. That's pretty close to the full rotation there, and a very smooth landing. It's going to be the wave of the heat, I think.
And seemingly from nothing, it's one of the smallest waves that we've seen caught in this final. Generated so much speed.
It's going to be a really big score, this one. Last of blue, a 7.43.
The beach
Red,
like
you need a 9.13. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
A near perfect score required
Rob.
for surfer in red, Patrick Langdon Dark.
We've said it a few times. Lucas Skinner's got that air game, hasn't he?
And Tom.
And now there's a really good looking set coming through though, Robbo. Now, at what point does 9.13 become a combination of waves? It's very close, isn't it? It's not mathematically a combination, but getting 9.3 in 2 waves. There's enough time.
There is a big set
There's
coming
a set
as well.
coming.
Now, Lucas Skinner is on his way to a fairy tale finish here. And it's Patrick Langdon Dark that wishes to crush that fairy tale as we hear the buzzer sound of 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining. And as if on cue, Tom, the sun has appeared here at North Fishel.
And there's a lovely looking wave coming through here for the surfer in red, Patrick Langdon Dark. It's the best looking wave so far to have come through. Onto the backhand, sticks to what he knows, the backhand. Huge backhand crack, comes around to the inside here, and again. And he's going to get another backhand crack here. This is going to change the situation for sure. It's going to change the requirement.
Wow, 4.5 minutes remaining. Langdon Dark is scratching for the horizon. He wants to get out there. Lucas Skinner knows he's got priority and is making his way south to meet Patrick Langdon Dark in the lineup. But Tom, there's a set approaching and it looks to have several waves in it.
Oh, it's not all over yet. Judges are now watching this replay of Langdon Dark. Clearly one of the bigger waves to come through during this final so far. He gets 3 really solid backhand bashes done here, and then a final one just off the shoulder as the wave fattens out. Kicks out, no interest in doing any work on the inside. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether the judges want to compare
it's an
it at all.
8.07, last of red, 8.07. Langdon Dark, you require a 6.29. Wow. What a final we have on our hands. 3.5 minutes remaining. Lucas Skinner still in first. He holds priority. Langdon Dark needs a 6.29. What a finish we are setting up for, a crescendo as Set approaches the lineup.
You could not write it, Robbo. And Lucas Skinner is going to go right, and Patrick Langdon Dark's going to go left. Skinner goes to the air, lands. That's not going to go into his top 2. There's going to be a very quick priority race here, and it's going to be a really important one too. Langdon Dark is going to win it easily. Red is going to have priority, looking for a 6.29. Will it come? Could that have been a mistake there for the surfer in blue? We're going to know within about the next 3 minutes. The surfer in red. I don't think I've ever heard Fistral Beach so quiet. It could be January. But if we see a set, that could change very quickly. Langdon Dark tracking a little bit inwards. 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Surfer in red, you have priority, you need a 6.23. Surfer in blue, you're in the lead. The longest 2 minutes of his young life so far, perhaps. It is time for us to start to pull the cliches out there, and it's also going to be the longest 2 minutes. I know certainly of Mr. Dark. He's on the beach watching. Sharon Langdon, she's watching from home. 1 minute and 55 remaining. Lucas Skinner, he sticks to him here, putting the pressure on. That's all Lucas Skinner can do at this stage. He does still have the lead. Viewers at home are watching a replay of each of the best waves of this heat, the heat recap, which is starting with that last wave of Langdon Dark, the best wave of the heat so far. We are live both on the beach and through the WSL's YouTube channel. You can enjoy a recap at home. Both surfers are now paddling really fast north. There is a set coming through. Langdon Dark will have decisions to make here. There's 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. He's not going to go the first one. I'm not sure if Lucas Skinner is going to go for one either to try and improve his score. He's got a second wave of 6.93. He's not just going to improve that on one of these smaller waves. And there is one solid line coming through here and 55 seconds remaining. Do we have a dramatic last twist in this final? We are 45 seconds away. British surfing history is about to be made one way or another. Langdon Dark kicks. He's having a look at that. He doesn't go for the first wave. I'm not sure if there's going to be one behind. 35 seconds. With a 10-second period, there's going to be room for about 2 more lines to come through the lineup before we're done. 25 seconds remaining. This does not sound like a music festival for the moment, but it very well could in about 15 seconds' time. We're counting down. We're going to hit 10. There may be a wave here. 10. We're going to count this heat out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Cornwall with the win. Lucas Skinner, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to mob him on the beach. British surfing history being made here. The teenager from Perranporth. The first person in 22 years since Russell Winter to win a World Surf League contest. What a first professional win. Surely it's the first of many. A big hand for Langdon Dark as he rides in, everyone. This is Patrick Langdon Dark. He applauds the winner. What sportsmanship. Big hand for the Welshman who's come second. Also a breakthrough result for Langdon Dark. And here he is, your winner, Lucas Skinner. And Lucas is going to be greeted at the water's edge by family. I can see grandfather Steve, dad Ben. They're all down there. He takes a moment because he also realizes that he's going to have the WSL microphone of Rob Blythe stuffed in his face. We're going to capture the emotion as early as we can here. There is Rob with Lucas.
Let's go. Lucas Skinner, your 2024 Boardmasters champion. British surfing history has just been made. Skinner versus Langdon Dark in the final, the first time it's ever happened. Look at the emotion on the Skinner family's face. Everybody's come down to greet them. Tears of joy, exultation. Lucas Skinner is the champion of the BYD QS 1000 here at North Fistral, Newquay. Huge stuff. Amazing. Lucas, real quick, how does it feel?
I have no words. Thanks, everyone. Love you all. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Luke. All the boys at Skindle Surfboards. Love you all.
An amazing performance throughout. Ben, you've got to be so proud.
Oh, I don't know what to say, man. Oh, well, I couldn't do it, but he fucking can.
Oh, excuse the language there, folks. In a moment of excitement, we might have hit a little swear word. Never mind. Lucas Skinner is your champion for 2024. Incredible scenes here. He's lofted atop the shoulders of the Cornish contingent. Skinner riding a bevy of shoulders back up to the grandstand.
There he is. He's got the Union Jack. He's got the Cornish flag. He's the man with the Cornish flag. He's got his board behind him. Cheered up the beach. Lucas Skinner. The St. Piran's cross there.
Go on, you're fine. Keep going.
Lucas Skinner, he's a Celt, a proud Celt. scenes on the beach here. It's receiving congratulations from all and sundry here. You can see there the chair. And what a moment of joy for Lucas Skinner. The tradition is that of winning surfers' feet do not touch the sand. So the chair is Dad Ben and Coach Bo Bramall. Dad and Bo, they're going to make sure that Lucas is lifted onto dry land. The winning surfer's feet do not touch the sand. It's a long-standing surfing tradition. He takes it all in. Surely this is the first of many for Lucas Skinner. Last year's winner, Kai Odriozola, also a youngster, similar ages. Odriozola not here because he is on the Challenger Series. There's going to be a presentation at 12:30 on the stage here, which gives everybody a chance to soak it all in first. That is going to be a truly special moment as well. Dad and Bo are going to get Lucas right towards the water's edge. To the, sorry, I say the water's edge, the sand's edge, and now he's allowed to put his feet on dry land and walk up for himself. Another hug from Dad. I don't think Ben cares anymore about what happened in the longboard final. This is a huge moment for the Skinner family. Pure emotion there. We'll give these guys a moment. I think is that sister, that's Mum. Mum Michelle. And there he is.
The newly crowned King of Cornwall. Lucas Skinner, your 2024 BYD Pro QS 1000 champion. And Tia Zabrowski, your winner of the BYD Pro QS 1000 Women's Division. Two champions atop the stairs.
They fetched Tia out. I tell you what, we need to run the Boardmasters in August for these guys to be present because they're both in school still. There he holds the St. Pirrons. The cross of St. Pirron.
He turns
greeting various people.
To contest control. St. Pirron's cross flag held aloft. The distinctive white cross on the black background. Flying high here at North Fistral. The sun has made its appearance.
Let's have a little think as well, Rob, about the year that Lucas Skinner's had so far. He's been in Hawaii earlier this year, picked up a bomb at backdoor. He then did the QS in Barbados, where he really impressed there. Missed this event last year through injury. And in every single round of this event, he just got better and better and better. He was seeded through. In round 2, he got 13.44 heat total. And then he built through there. Round 4, 16.57. In round 4, he actually got a 9-point ride. And in this final, he had to surf well because Patrick Langdon Dark posted an 8.07. So Lucas Skinner got a 7.43 and a 6.93. Now there's going to be a presentation at 12:30. And that presentation is going to be streamed through the WSL YouTube. So what we're going to do shortly is we're going to leave these fantastic scenes here at the beach. Look at all the Groms.
They're so proud of him.
What's the little brother's name?
Tom, a bit of trivia for you. Lucas Skinner, born in 2008. The year he was born, this event was won by none other than Brazilian surfer extraordinaire Wiggly Dantas.
I saw little brother Levin there. That's Sam Bleakley. Congratulating Lucas. And there's grandfather Steve Skinner. Yeah, I can see little brother Levin. Grandfather Steve Skinner. Steve's done exactly the same thing. for Ben when he's about the same age, but not at this event. So Steve going through it all again. He would have watched Ben rise through the ranks. Steve and Ben have a hug. Really special moments. You can see the emotion on Steve. And Lucas makes his way further up. He hasn't even come anywhere near. I think that's Luke Dillon there, giving him a hug. And I can see, yeah, that's Luke Dillon, the GB coach. And emotion between Luke and Ben as well. And he's gonna, I think Lucas is always posing for a quick picture with Luke Dillon. And then he'll come up. I can see a couple of other people queuing up to congratulate him. We're going to go shortly to a highlights package of the best of the action today that will take you through to 12:30, and then the presentation will also be streamed. So up the stairs Lucas comes. It's going to take him probably until close to 12:30 to get through there. I can see as well Joel Gray, who's also had a hand in coaching Lucas. And look at that, Joel congratulates Lucas. Joel from the northeast. Joel will have watched Lucas all the way through. Lots of grommets queuing up. And here he is. He's going to come over, and that's. And all the other surfers now. Lots of them stuck around to watch this. They'll all be off to Lacanau shortly. Lots of the other surfers sticking around to. Finally, he gets the chance to remove his earplug. Levin posing for a quick shaka there. Now, I love how wet Levin's t-shirt is. Levin's obviously been in the water, been for a little dip in the sea. And there we are. Lots more congratulations. It was really close at the end there. Patrick Langdon Dark. Got to remember the performance by Langdon Dark. That's Georgie May Hicks's dad, Matt. And Lucas is finally going to make his way indoors to go and get himself a bit of space. And now we see Lucas and Patrick Langdon Dark congratulate each other. Ben gives Pat a hug as well. Pat, he grabs Levin. Guys, Lucas Skinner and Patrick Langdon Dark, another big hand.
What a wonderful, now, early afternoon, Tom.
And through they go. So these guys now, we're gonna give them some space now. They're gonna go into the inner sanctum. And finally, a bit of space. And yet there are more congratulations for him in here as well. And there's Alice Barton, GB teammate. So we're going to be going through to highlights very shortly. If you're watching live now, the broadcast is going to be streamed through the WSL YouTube. We're just going to stay live. We're going to run highlights all the way through, and these guys are going to get themselves settled. We're going to do a presentation at 12:30. So if you're listening on the beach, 12:30, podium presentation. And then we're going to sign off temporarily with the audio for the WSL. I've been Tom Anderson. Next to me was Rob Blythe. What a moment, Rob.
Unbelievable, Tom. I was down on the beach, and the vibe on the sand was incredible. So many people so pleased for the young Cornishman, and of course the young Welshman as well, who made it a brilliant final. The podium is going to be electric, I'm certain. That's at 12:30. Like you said, Tom, we're going to go to highlights of today's final action. You're going to hear some music following that, and then we'll be back on the podium at about 12:25. So stick with us. See you in a little while.
what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying. don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you.
2024. I think you can all agree that we've seen some
I can't see
electric
the end,
surfing
but we'll see
action
it
over the past
through.
5 days and witnessed British surfing history being made this morning. Round of applause for the British surfing history team. Now, before we do move into the prize giving, we have some thank yous to say. As Tom said, this event doesn't run itself. It doesn't just appear from thin air. So first of all, a huge round of applause to all of our surfers and competitors across all of the categories. Without them, this would not exist. It's worth also noting that each and every one of these supporters is supported by a pit crew, a family, friends, colleagues, They filled the beach. They've been down here in the sunshine. They've been down here in the rain each and every day. So massive thank you to every single one of you. Secondly, a massive thank you now to everybody that helps organize it, from contest director Paulie Jeffries to Rob Gunning, the European Tour Manager, and everyone in between, the judges, the runners, the people on the beach, every single person that put some time into this to make it work, beach marshal, and beyond that. A round of applause please for those people. It wouldn't happen without them. Next up, our sponsors. BYD, Beyond Your Dreams. You can see their vehicles up on top of the headland over there. They've supported us for the open division of the men and women. A massive thank you to BYD, and also to Wild West Jerky for supporting the Longboard Pro. Again, without the sponsors, these events simply wouldn't happen. A huge hand for them, please.
And away from the flagship sponsors, whose names you've been hearing every time we call out the name of the event, we've got to thank a couple of others. We've got to thank Lidl, who have been providing bubble for the athletes. To the lovely sausages out there. Good on you. To the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. An institution indeed, the RNLI. Give it up for the RNLI. On the World Surfing map. So, who likes having World Surf League? Thank you for doing that, World Surf League, and thank you for the UK surf team that have been involved in putting the juniors event together and supporting the World Surf League with our local organisation. So, a big thank you to all those guys. And coming to those guys, there is one person in particular who is in their 25th year. Behind the scenes, the athletes will know her really well, but you spectators might not have come across her as often. And actually, we're about to surprise this fantastic person with a present to celebrate their 25th year of Boardmasters, so I hope they've managed to keep her around. Can we welcome Claire North to the podium, please? 25 years behind the scenes here at Boardmasters, everyone. Claire North! Speech, quick.
Team effort.
It doesn't have to be that quick.
It's just really good fun. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't really good fun. It's the people that make it.
And you are one of those people. So Claire North, everyone. And we've got, look at that. Oh, wow. It's the first time I've seen it. Claire North. Oh, wow. I love it. I had nothing to do with it. Okay. And we've also got to thank Carve Surf Mag. 30th year now, right? British surfing isn't going to be what it is if it doesn't have a good surf media to write and talk about it. And Carve have promoted British surfing for 30 years, 3 decades. So let's give a massive hand for Carve Surf Magazine, who've been supporting this event as well. If you see it, buy it. A surf mag in print. Let's keep it going, guys. And we also need to thank the Boardmasters charity partner, Oceana, as well. Now, I am now going to welcome to the stage for our presentations. I did a quick bit of Googling, but there wasn't that strong a signal because I think too many of you guys were trying to dial in and I'd already left the podium. I just Googled how to formally address mayoralty, and apparently at an official event, I think this is an official event, it's Your Worship. So I'm going to welcome to the stage the Mayor of Newquay, Your Worship, Drew Creek. How are you doing, Your Worship? I'm guessing as a mayor you're good at giving a speech, right? Here we go, Your Worship.
Good afternoon, Newquay. What an amazing day, what an amazing competition, and thanks to Boardmasters, BYD, WSL and Oceana for this amazing event, and thanks for all the competitors. It's been absolutely unreal, hasn't it, the competition today? And I think as I've got the platform, I'll just use it to say this: let's make sure that we look after the oceans because we all enjoy them so much. So thank you.
Thank you. In an informal event, apparently it's Mr. Mayor. Can I go with that instead? Drew. Okay, Drew. Fantastic, right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's now time for the presentations. And so I'm going to ask for all of our junior competitors to make their way round to the stage, please. And guys, when they appear, please give them a massive round of applause. They've been doing some fantastic surfing over the past couple of days. We're going to keep you right here just for a second, guys, all right? And then we'll call you up one by one. Okay, guys, we're going to keep you just here for a second and then call you up one by one, okay? All right, guys? And we'll call them up. I've asked them to stay around there and we're going to call them up. Well, guys, as you can see, there's an awful lot of them. 8 juniors in all ready to be called up, and so we shall begin without further ado. We're going to start with the junior girls' 4th place. A huge round of applause, please, for the surfer in green, all the way from Scotland, Callie Cruikshank. Come on down, Callie.
In 3rd, great surfing, last year's defending champ, it's Belle Betteridge.
In 2nd, it was Georgie May Hicks.
Well done, Georgie. And the winner of the Boardmasters Junior Girls Open 2024, it is the reigning British champion. It was Lauren Sandland. And there they all are. So our photos here, we're going to have the winner of the division for a photo. I think you can see where the cameras are. And then we can have a photo of all the finalists and a team photo of them all together. I think the photographers are able to work this out for themselves. Apparently, the bottles are alcohol-free.
Yes, no Secco, Tom.
An important part of learning how to be an elite
No
athlete
Secco.
is learning how to spray champagne. So let's go. I'll try and keep it away from the screen, apparently, but you go for it. Now, if you want to be in the front row, you're going to get hit. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Shake it first. There we go. There we are. Look at that. Champagne everywhere. Oh, one of them went flying miles. There you get the mayor as well. Get the mayor. It's a tradition for the mayor to get had. Fantastic. Robbo. Right, boys. Robbo was a bit of a coward then, so we've got to get him next time too.
Massive round of applause once again for the under-18 girls finalists, ladies and gentlemen. How'd it taste, Tom?
I didn't get a taste at that point, but you're about to find out.
Oh dear. Got my best trousers on.
Going into the junior boys. In 4th place from the Netherlands, it's Douwe Robroch.
In 3rd place from South Wales, Elliot Barton.
The runner-up local lad, it's Finn Gillespie.
And ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof, local boy takes the win, it's Lucas Skinner.
The bubbly, guys, is non-alcoholic. Okay, so give it a good shake. Give it a good shake first. I know some of you guys might already know how to do it. And, guys, as they pop, Rob's over there, next to the mayor. Get him, get him. Go, 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 go! Get him. Get Rob, get Rob.
Folks, another massive round of applause, please, for our under-18 boys finalists.
Good job, guys, good job.
Alcoholic one, make sure you mention Little. They're watching
Okay.
Now,
Right
Tom.
then. Yes?
I was going to say about the alcohol-free one.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, we'll come to that. Right. We go into the
Wild West longboard LQS event now, Tom.
It is.
I'm going to do a bit of a mix.
Are we?
I think we are.
Oh, right.
So we're going to have both men's and women's finalists on stage at the same time. This was, of course, the Wild West Jerky LQS event, and I'm sure you can all agree the final this morning for both the men's and women's event was spectacular. I'm going to start with 4th place in the women's division from France, Zoe Gropiron. Où est Zoe?
Je ne sais pas. Zoe?
J'en
Vous
ai.
êtes ici? Elle arrive?
Elle est en route.
Parfait.
Allez, Zoe.
Merci, Zoe. Par là. And we come to 4th place in the men's, also from France, from Réunion Island, it's Martin Corrette. In 3rd place, Italian, teenager, lots of youngsters doing really well here, it's Ginger Kaimi. Yeah, Ginger.
Woo! Fantastic stuff. On the men's side of the draw, a last-minute change of position. It's in red, Ben Skinner. Back to the women's side of the draw in 2nd, Ophélie Alcuin.
And the runner-up of the men's division from Portugal, Antonio Dantas. And the winner of the ladies for the 6th time, la 6e fois, I welcome also Réunionnaise, it's Alice Lemoyne. Yeah.
And on the men's side of the draw, also of France, Edouard Del Piero. Incredible surfing throughout the event. A massive round of applause again for our longboard finalists. I'm tempted to get in for a word, but I don't want to get wet.
Now, did you get the feeling that they are ever so slightly more experienced at that process? And this time, it is alcoholic, and we have got...
Not for Ginger.
Not for Ginger. And we have got a very important partner to thank, because the alcohol has been provided today by... It is big on quality, it's Lidl on price. Thank you, Lidl. Get round to Lidl and do your shopping later. I'm going to be looking for one of those beach buggies. Did you sell them, Lidl? Off to France?
It's in the middle aisle.
Yeah. I'm going to take one to France.
Let's have a quick word with our champions,
Yes,
Tom. We've got
absolutely.
Alice and Edouard up here. How does it feel, Alice, for you? Both of you past winners, another win under the belt. We'll start with Edward.
Thanks for everybody to show up at the prize ceremony and for the support on the beach. It's amazing always to come in Newquay and see all that support. We don't have often like such a support for events and longboard. And yeah, congrats to all competitors. That has been a tight battle for us in the men's final. So congrats to all and thank you everybody again. You!
And I'm going to pose the same question to Alice.
Yeah, I'm super happy to win here in Newquay. It's such a special place for me here. So I want to say congratulations to all the girls, to all the boys. It was like a super show here. And thank you, WSL. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Newquay, and everyone on the beach. Thank you.
Okay, let's let them get their photos.
Guys, you're facing that corner over there.
Over there, that way. Well done, everyone.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Excellent, félicitations.
Good job.
Excellent, excellent. C'est un plaisir.
Well done, guys. Good job. Well done.
Okay, so when we move now into the BYD Pro Women's and the BYD Pro Men's, we're just going to award a 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Our third place finishers. There is a QS contest starting in Lacanau-Océan. When is it? It's like tomorrow or the day.
Well, there's a lot of people flying out tomorrow from Bristol. I know that.
Yeah, don't go anywhere near Bristol Airport tomorrow. And there we are. Ron Burgundy reads the cues on the cards he's given. We're actually going to do all 4. So we thought some of them had left to get over to Lacanau-Océan already for the next event, but they haven't. They've stuck around. Why not? And so we have got all 4. And so, although in points, the surfers who were eliminated in the semi-final will carry points for equal third. That's how the system works. We are going to be awarding, just the way the trophies have been made, 4 through to first. And the way that we've worked it out is we've looked at the combined heat total that surfers got when they were eliminated in the semi-finals, and that means that we're going to be bringing out 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. But if you're following the QS ratings, it has no impact on ratings. They're both carrying third place points. So I'm going to start with the women's, the BYD Pro Women's. And this surfer, also a teenager, was one of the standout surfers in the entire event. She was herself a very good travel agent, offering those tickets to Combo Land all the way through. But in the end, she fell short, 1 round short, but I'm sure we'll be seeing more from her again. So I'm going to welcome to the stage in 4th place with a combined semi-final heat total of 9.6 hits, Annette Gonzalez-Estabari from the Basque Country. Big hand for Annette, one of the standout surfers of the event, guys. Huge future ahead of Annette.
Likewise, Tom, on the men's side of the draw, this surfer impressed throughout the entire event, posting some of the highest heat totals we saw, taken to the air with a scary regularity. A combined heat total of 9 points. It's Nicholas Paulette. So this one has gone to Lacanau.
Nicholas is on his way to Lacanau. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, back to the women's side of the draw. Again, this surfer impressed everybody on the beach. Certainly Tom and I from the commentary booth with her quick surfing, wave selection, and the way she carried herself throughout the entire event with a combined wave total of 12.04. It's Nahia Milhau. She's in Lacanau too. Lacanau's lovely this time of year.
Fantastic. Okay, so, the runner-up representing Germany all the way from Malibu in California, one of the iconic, formative places in world surfing, and yet she's happy to trade it in to spend a week in Newquay. Oh, Keone's in Lacanau
He's
too.
in Lacanau
Okay,
too.
thanks, Annette. Let's go. There we are. We missed Keone. In the ladies, the runner-up. Big hand for Noah Clapp. This side, Noah. Noah, this side. That's third. You did better than that. Noah Clapp, everyone.
And on the men's side of the draw, one of today's history makers from South Wales. He posted one of the highest wave scores of the entire event during the final from South Wales. Put your hands together, please, for Patrick Langdon Dark.
Oh, there it is. Round here, Pat. And we've got to take the opportunity because you've seen the Piran cross. There we see Pat. He's wearing a dry goch. That's the flag of Wales. So we're going to use a little bit of Welsh here. We're going to say Pat Dayawn. Ardderchog. That's how we describe Pat surfing. That means brilliant. Ardderchog. You try and say it. Learn your Welsh. Ardderchog. Okay, so we come on to the winners. Robbo.
Now, Tom, it's worth noting there's some Prosecco on stage. We're about to see some No Secco rolled out because our winners of this division are both under 18, so they can't have
I think Annette's on the No Secco as well.
No Secco
Lidl,
as well.
don't go anywhere near
Well,
Annette with the champagne.
Someone that we picked early on for her aerial prowess and the speed with which she approached every single wave. This person certainly impressed us throughout the final, Tom. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the BYD Pro QS 1000 Women's Event winner, Tia Zabrowski.
Yeah, that's it, the top one. And take a deep breath, guys, because this is the moment you've been waiting for now. This time you know it's coming. This time there's no nerves about it. This time you can enjoy it. Can they hear us from the festival site? Let's hope so. It is the winner of the 2024 BYD Men's Open, Lucas Skinner! And we're going in for a word. We did the lamest question in sports earlier. How do you feel? Now we can ask something a little bit more probing. So Tia, we're going to start with you. Huge win. Can you talk to us about your experience going through the event? In that final, it was you did a pretty good job. What was your strategy?
My strategy was just to have fun and get it on a wave. That's it.
Okay. And we come to those final moments there. You're hearing the scores come through. It's counting out. What do you do at the very end there when there's still a chance that the other surfer can go and priority comes into it a bit?
I get a little pressure because she gets the priority, and then it was like 2 minutes left, but there were like no waves. So I'm like, okay, maybe she won't get a wave. So I was happy.
A very slow 2 minutes. A very slow minute. La dernière 2 minutes ont passé très lente.
Not really.
No. Not really. Okay. Tia Zabrowski. And here we come. Lucas. You were put through the ringer a bit at the end there. Lower scoring than the previous heats, but the conditions did what the conditions did.
Yeah, it was super tricky, and Pat, he's such a good mate of mine, and he's such a great competitor, so I was like put up against the walls at the end, and I was just like kind of fingers crossed out there. We had a little giggle to each other at one point, and yeah, it was like probably the most long, nervous 2 minutes of my life. So yeah, and I had goosebumps running down the beach, I had goosebumps the whole heat, and yeah, it was the best day of my life, I think.
So you did actually talk to each other?
Well,
let's let them finish their cheer. Yeah. You did actually talk to each other at the end of that last 2 minutes.
Well, his 8 came through and he kind of just looked at me and we just laughed, and it was kind of one of those ones. But I just had to sit and wait, and I was like, I didn't even know what to do.
So moving forward now, we're going to go into the rest of the Euro QS. Are you going to stay in the travel agency business, offering up those tickets to Comboland?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I don't know. I'll just see what happens. I'm just having fun, and I'm stoked to finally get a win. It's been a long kind of year. I've had real good results, but like just missing out on the final, it like hurt me a lot. But I came back stronger, and now I've got the biggest win of my life. So, and it's at home.
There we are, guys. There's your winners.
Brilliant scenes. Hey, these trophies look pretty good, Tom. And we've got Dick Pierce and friends to thank for these wonderful trophies. Also, a little heads up. We've got a DJ starting in the bar immediately after the prize-giving celebration. And live music from 2:30. Stick around.
Don't forget your photo first, guys. Here we go. And who's coming back next year? There we have it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. What a result. British surfing history. And a big thanks to all the rest of the finalists. A big hand.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. nervous times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.